to tune in. We don't got the stats and the info. Rocking with Flim and B Bad, that's my kinfolk. We got everything you need and some more. Reporting live with the sports. It's time for Uproar.
What's up? What's up? What's up? As always, you are live with the boys. I am your host, Reno Thompson, alongside the great Derek Fleming, and we got our co-host, Brandon Bath. He's out on reservation right now, as always, trying to get the extra scoop for us, man. But tonight we brought in a special guest from us, from another TSU sports fans show and podcast. We got Mr. Demetrius himself. I'm sorry, Mr.
Lamar Bugs.
Lamar Bugs.
It's all good. It's all good.
All of them on the show, man. And I'm going to get mad at myself because I'm looking at an old text message again. I see the name of his co-host on one of his co-hosts on there. But anyways, Lamar Bugs, Tissue Madness, man. Welcome to the show. But real quick, before you do anything, anybody that's listening right now, do us a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Always keep your notifications on when we go live for the show and when we're doing extra content for you as well too, man. But let me check in with your Flim. Talk to him. How we feeling on this lovely Tuesday?
Oh man, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling awesome. It's been a couple of we've been a week. We had a week off.
Yeah, we had a week off, man.
Had a week off. We did a little traveling, work, the rates have gone down, neighborhood loans, we at 5.5 right now. If you want to buy or refi, things are going great. But other than that, Big Blue Country, this is a major week for Big Blue Country.
It is, man.
The Tiger basketball team has an opportunity to do something that hasn't been around for 30 plus years, and we're going to get into that. What's going on, Bugs? What's up, Newt?
What's up, Newt? What's going on, fellas?
Man, first of all, why keep bringing on Newts anyways, man? It's so like y'all keep sliding in on the low, man. Y'all keep sliding in, boy. Y'all gonna make a way, but I'm gonna give y'all
make a way, player. That's what we do.
Yeah, y'all gonna make a way. My goodness, man. Yeah, as Flim said, man, we got a good show lined up, man. We're gonna talk all things TSU men's basketball. Fighting for that 1 seed, fighting for that regular season OVC championship as well, too, man. And then we're gonna get into some that TSU Madness house, man. Apparently, it's a house divided down there in the TSU Madness house, man. So we got some HBCU issues going on. That's going, we got some rumblings that's gonna happen. This upcoming fall, man. So we're gonna talk about that, and then obviously, Barlow and his staff, next phase now into spring ball. We're gonna touch on that a little bit, and then after that, we're gonna get into some of this national news, man. It's been a hot topic talking about the tush push debate, man. And I'm like, are they talking about? It's been a lot of discussion on a lot of major platforms on, will it be shut down? Will it not be shut down? Things like that, and then, we'll see where this conversation takes us, man. I got a strong stance on just that rolling along, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, man, let's get into it, man. We're going to talk about this. We got 1 seed chase, man, for TSU men's basketball. I'm going to just kick this thing right off, man. Flim, get us there, man. We got 2 games left and a huge one as we know it to be with SEMO coming up, man. So talk to us about TSU men's basketball and, the ability to complete something that has been done since, I believe, 94?
Yeah. Yep.
94.
So I'm actually going to pass it off to our special guest because he's way more versed in basketball than I. I when I got to about 5, 10 and a half, about 14, 15 years old, I gave it up. So, Brother Bugs, tell us what's going on with this right here.
Man, you sound like me, man. I played forward and center, man. In the 8th grade, I was 5'6", and I stopped growing. I got to 5'8", and that was it, man. They wouldn't let me play no more. So I couldn't handle the rock, man. But no, man. Look, these Proud Boys, and I'm gonna give Penny Collins his props, man, because he went out and recruited these guys, Nkrumah, Harper, man, all these cats, man, and he put these NAIA and Division III guys together. I mean, who would have thought you bring in some guys like at that level, come in and do what they're doing at Division I and OVC. And OVC is, for a while it was a basketball conference. So put these guys together, and then of course Noah Smith come in. You got to give him his props as well to put these guys to, bring in Dante Harris. He played at Georgetown. Played at Memphis and at Virginia. and come here and do his thing. And he's the leader. He's a true
Yeah.
leader. So these guys are good. They're focused. He has them focused. And I know we can do it. We beat Seymour at home.
Yeah.
We could do it this Thursday. We beat Seymour. That's the biggest game. That is the, like you said before, we already talking off air. That's the biggest game. And I'm all they need to do is play focused. They play focused, they can get it done. They can get the job done.
Yeah.
And I really believe in these guys. I believe in Nolan.
Yeah, I want to say this, man, and I'm gonna kick it to you on this, Flynn, man. We talked about this, you know, in the production show on this as well, too, man. It has been, and call it what you want for folks listening in, man. It is, but it's always happened when we've had a chance to really pull this off, where the referee whistle becomes very weighted towards the opposite team. You know, we're talking what 26 fouls, you know, to probably less than 5 or 6. I mean not, you know, but it's a huge gap, right? So, you know, for me, with that being said, it's like you got to understand and know that's going to come, but also you don't even think about it. It is continuously to play disciplined ball, right? Play disciplined ball. Do not show officials, do not show the opposing team that it's bothering you. All right. I don't care if you know for a fact, hey, that was a block, and he called charge on you, or vice versa. If you felt like the foul was nitpicky, let it go. You know, stay the course of the game. Continue to fight to get good shots each possession, man. Like just attack it that way, man. And eventually, I like to think that, you know, it'll swing your way. But you know, sometimes you got to force that whistle to come to your side as well too, which is staying aggressive. You know, just because the whistle's going against you, do not get passive. Getting out of the paint, right? Shooting long threes, shooting long twos, things like that, man. Just you have to find a way to keep that whistle on your side by being aggressive. I like to think that if you do that, the whistle will fall to your side. At least historically in basketball, just in general. And I refereed on a small scale, right? This is just youth basketball, so I'm not going to say that I've done college and even high school level basketball, but typically in competitive, you know, youth basketball, the referee will tend to lean towards the aggressor that's playing under control. But Flim, you know, your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, so you know, there's a couple of things that you're bringing about the officiating and also about being disciplined. The thing that I want to talk about a little bit is how we have to build this energy for this game. Um, there needs to be recognition about how important this game is. And I ain't talking about the kids going to X or the kids on Instagram. I'm talking about the whole university, the whole alumni base. I mean, the alumni base and the alumni association should be sending out messages. If you can't get to Cape Girardeau, which is a tough travel, you know, we know that's tough, but everybody should be tuned in to ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Right. There should be watch parties for this opportunity. There should be some type of show of support to our school, and excuse me, not the school, the student athletes. The student athletes need to know how we are watching, and it's important, and we got their backs. And these are opportunities that I think the adults in Tennessee State University just don't do very well. I mean, we're tied for first. You see a post on social media. Okay, great. But what's next? Okay, SEMO. Okay, SEMO. Or we need to go 2 games this weekend. You know what I mean? This information needs to be shared. It needs to be on. I listened to the radio today. No talk about it. You know, social media platforms, etc. I'm willing to bet we are the only folks on social media talking about this is the most important game in Tennessee State history in the last 30 plus years. And that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So if you on that basketball team, okay, if you Nkrumah, you know what I'm saying? If you Harper, you Harris, you Petrie, hey man, we are watching and we are with y'all, bro. We are with y'all. We know how important this game is. Go Big Blue.
Yes, sir.
Well said, man. Well said, man. It's going to be good, man. But with that being said, as you know, for me, let's look at this real quick. Worst case scenario, that team doesn't close out, right? I'll take this you on this, Lamar. What do you still want to see from the team in these last two games, taking us into conference tournament play?
So, we were you initially your first question was talking about the whistles and the fouling, and our guys play. They play to steal the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna overplay every pass, right? They're gonna die for
Yeah.
that ball. They're gonna try to get in
Yeah.
that lane, beat you to your spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it can bring about fouls,
Yeah.
right? And just it really depends on how these guys are going to call it, and then how we adjust to whatever their whistles from the referees. I want them to make the adjustments. If they see that, all right, they've called it a little close, and I want them to be able to make the adjustments along the game during the game.
Yeah.
We're long, but we're not tall. Like our front line isn't tall. Petrie, what, 6'8",
Mm-hmm.
and Lorick is 6'8".
Mm-hmm.
We gotta play big. We gotta find a way to play big and match SEMO and especially UT Martin. I don't know if y'all know UT Martin, which we play on Saturday. All they cast, man, from overseas.
Absolutely, they had a story. I read.
I just looked that up too.
Yeah. They went European ball in Martin, Tennessee.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And those boys have played. Those boys have played professional ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So we got to find a way to match up with them, and just play smart.
Yeah.
We have what it takes. We're very athletic, but we got to just make wise decisions. Harris, he doesn't turn the ball over a lot, but we also just can't make bad mistakes. I do see some mistakes happen, and they get kind of overshadowed with some of our big splash plays.
They get loosey goosey out there.
Yeah. So we got to rein that in a little bit. So that's what I want to see from.
Yeah. For me, this is what I've noticed this. The teams whose point guard plays under control, and that's regardless of level, right?
Mm-hmm.
The teams who have good point guard play, right? Those are the teams that play good in conference tournament and go deep in the field of 64.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's going to always go there, because while your point guard make sure you get good possessions when things are not going good and you're playing too fast and out of control, right? It happens because you're fortunate enough to play inside the NCAA tournament, and you go to those big arenas, right? And it goes from a Gentry Center that seats what, 10,000,
Mm-hmm.
roughly 10,000, right? To going to these arenas that seat, it goes up, in a major way. And obviously the deeper you go, the larger the arenas get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's the situation you're in. So, man, stuff can be different, right? So me, I just want to see our point guard play under control. If we get caught going up and down the court too much and we're jacking up shots and we're missing it, and they jack up a couple shots and making them, and okay, we're not trying to match you shot for shot, man. Like, let's get good possessions again. I'm always going to be a strong believer of half court offense is still going to win you. To me, half court offense is just like running the ball in football in November, December, and January.
Yes, sir.
You can pass that ball around all year long, but I tell you right now, if you cannot hand that ball off consistently enough, you're gonna find yourself in a world of trouble. And it's just not a situation we'll be in. So for me, that's what I want to see. No matter what is that, our point guard play is under control and keeps us in good possessions more than not.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Flim?
Well, the last piece of this is that, man, we gotta give Coach Nolan Smith his kudos for doing an amazing job. And I don't know how he's ingratiated himself with Nashville or with Tennessee State or alumni or the fan base. It seems like out there he's able to manage this thing without having all the fans on deck. And he's been able to control that team and manage it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that I think he had to take a crash course because, where he's from, it's blue and white Duke, right? And they get a chance to play aggressive basketball and defensive basketball.
Mhm.
And I've kind of watched him kind of change or adjust to what things, because just less than a month ago that team lost a couple of games they shouldn't have lost,
Yeah.
and it was mainly due to extreme fouling, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at the last two games, and I mean they just shut Edwardsville down. I mean it was a 30-point just beat down,
Mhm.
and it was driven by defensive basketball. So
Mhm.
he's able to make some adjustments. I just want him to know that when he goes to Cape Girardeau tomorrow, no, it's what? No, it's today's Tuesday, Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah.
To have multiple adjustments, as Brother Bugs talked about, in his back pocket, to a point where he might have to play a little zone,
Mhm.
which is not Tennessee State basketball, because the games they lost, they actually fouled out players. Players
Yeah.
actually, was disqualified on fouls.
Mhm.
And we're just not deep enough. And we just got to make sure we just don't disqualify ourselves, because it's just something, it always happens. We've been watching it for a long time. When you go to Martin, when you go to Cape Girardeau, when you go to Cookville, when you went back in the day, when you used to go to Murray, and you go to the Moorhead, man, those guys must have took some oxygen before the game, because they have plenty of whistles.
They do. They
For
do.
the game.
Yeah.
So, we with you, coach. Be prepared for anything.
Yes, sir.
We believe in you.
Gonna have to, man. Real quick here, man. Let me do a quick pause before we keep this show going over here, man. Just quick pause for a shout out shout out to the Tiger Den Group. The Tiger Den Group is Tennessee State University football's official alumni organization, man, where former players come together to support not only the players themselves, but everything of their off-field needs, from their time in Big Blue Country to their post careers, right? So make sure, as always, if you want to be a part of Tiger Den Group, whether you want to be a member as a former player or just a support of the things that they do in support of Big Blue football, always reach out to them at thetigerdengroup.org. Again, that's thetigerdengroup.org. Go Big Blue. Let's keep this thing rolling, man. We're gonna tap into this madness house, man, with all things the Bugs family down there in Tampa, Florida, man. So I had a birdie that came in my ear, man, Lamar, telling me that you're married to a rattler. So
Yeah, man.
we got we've been on this thing that we got this inside series called Not the Southern Heritage Classic, right? But
Right.
I think we now need to start not the Atlanta Classic, we're starting with the Bugs family, man. So now that we got Jackson State and FAMU back on schedule, just for one, just kind of share me what that is, what that discussion went like real quick with you and the wife there, man. So tell me about that, man. What was the excitement like for you all,
Man,
man?
it's huge. I got to go back a little bit, man, and talk about her family, man. She has a small family, man. It's just like maybe 10 of them all together. But everybody went to FAMU, brother.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a choice. Like, she wanted to go to Spelman, but her grandmama, I was like, no, you ain't going to my money going to FAMU. FAMU. So, and her grandma was the regional. I don't know if she was the national president of their alumni chapter or Florida chapter. I'm not really sure, but she was big. Yeah. Right, she can walk up into the president's house and have a conversation. I've been in a house when Dr. Humphreys was there.
Okay.
That when I met my wife and was going to the house, so we can have conversations with him. I had conversations with him about his time at TSU as president. So she was big time, and their family's big time FAMU. So when she's really not a big fan of this classic. The reason why is because if I win, she mad, she hot, and you gotta understand, man. We've won the last 7 years,
Yeah.
So she ain't too happy right now. So when she saw the schedule, she was like, whatever. But we going, she's a season ticket holder. So we always go to the games. We go to 3 TSU games and 3 FAMU games. So we always on the road every year going to the games. And the crazy thing is, my oldest daughter is a FAMU graduate. She graduated 2 years ago, and my youngest daughter is graduating from TSU this year.
Wow.
So
congratulations to her. She chose right. That's what I'm talking about. You
yeah,
got to
she
get one in
chose
the house.
right. There
You got to
go.
keep the equation. You
Yeah,
got
there
to
you
keep
go.
it.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, man. It's so I was excited to see it. Can't wait, man. But she was like, nah, here we go.
Yeah.
Because she know argument. When we met, I met her in Dallas, Texas, and we were with friends in Dallas, Texas, and we met each other. Everyone went out to eat, and our first encounter was an argument.
Wow.
And she hadn't, and know the arguments about the sophisticated ladies. She was dogging them. I was like, hold on. So
not the sophisticated ladies.
Yeah, brother. That's how it went down, man. That's how it went down. So, but that argument, of course, behind every little argument like that, somebody liking each other. So how that go.
So I gotta ask you some questions, man. I gotta ask you some questions about
Yes,
this.
sir.
I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. And and I had to deal with the Jackson State stuff all the time.
Yep.
And so you just mentioned about going to 3 FAMU games, going to 3 TSU games. I just want to know, were you present this year for when Jackson State invaded Tallahassee?
No, I was not.
Okay.
I was not. Man, where was I? For some reason, we didn't go to that game. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Yes, we did, man. Look, they all blend together. Hold on. Man, I'll be honest with you, I can't remember. I know we went to the Albany game, Albany State.
Okay. Well, that Jackson State, when the boom, the boom came to Tallahassee.
Right.
They came to Tallahassee this year, which was significant because the year before when FAMU came to Jackson, I was at that game, and the 100 didn't show up.
Yes.
So there's a couple of things there that I'm gonna get into about FAMU. FAMU gets a lot of passes, all right, and when I see Mama Bugs this year, what I'm saying, I'm gonna say, charge it to my mind, not to my heart.
There you go.
Do this for entertainment, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But FAMU is very, very tricky. They don't travel a lot, and when I saw that game, I know we're gonna do everything it takes to get the bread, right? I know that. But until I get it confirmed, 100 might not show up when they come back to Nashville unless they're playing in the John Merritt Classic, which it could be Alabama A&M for that game, or it could be FAMU for that game, right? Because we'll both have home games for both because we'll be going to Jackson in 2027. Yeah. So there's a lot of question marks about that FAMU situation, right? The 100 shows up when they feel like it. It's basically.
Man, that year they were supposed to come to TSU. The 100 supposed to come to TSU, and they didn't come because of money situations. Man, that was. I think she gets more upset about the band than she does the football team because, man, I had jokes for days. And did y'all see that little picture where it had what's your boy Dave Chappelle, and he looked at the crackhead and he was scratching like this. Y'all get it? Y'all have
Tyrone Biggums.
Yeah. That was good stuff, man.
But FAMU will do you like that. You know what I'm saying? FAMU, I actually went to the 2022 Orange Blossom Classic when they played Jackson State in Miami.
Yeah.
First game, Labor Day weekend. Jackson State jumped out and beat FAMU pretty good. I think at halftime, it might have been by 30 points. The 100 performed at halftime, and they left after the halftime performance. They left the stadium completely. Wow. Just left.
Yeah.
But the 100 gets away with stuff like that, man. They do a lot of stuff, and you be like, wait a minute now, hey, but it's gonna be interesting to see, man. It's gonna be interesting to see, especially the challenges that we have financially, because the aristocrat might not show down up in Brown this year.
No, they'll be there.
Okay. All right.
Real quick. So I thought when they didn't come up here, because we had them scheduled for the John Merritt Classic that year, wasn't it? And didn't they get in trouble? Didn't their band? That's when their band had that issue. Yep. I thought it was more around that. And, it was. And this is just, again, I'm on the super minority when it comes to this stuff, right? I love my AOB, and I'm always fight for my AOB, no matter what. I just don't get how that is just such a driver of HBCU's athletics, especially in football, to where you have two teams that are good and they're about to play each other, but you still ask, well, the band's gonna be there, and I'm just like, why is that a thing? I just don't get like, why is that so important?
Yeah.
But it's like, I digress. Is what it is, like, because at the end of the day, I'm also that player that's like, I don't care if the bands are playing the whole game, right? But per NCAA rules, your band can only play when your offense is on the field. And well, the offensive coordinators, people don't understand this. So a lot of times why the bands don't play are because the offensive coordinators won't silence, so they can get the calls in and the quarterback can communicate, right? Now, they can't tell the crowd to be quiet unless you're Peyton Manning in Lucas Oil Stadium or the RCA Dome, and you can control the whole crowd and tell them to do this, right? He can, but outside of that, it's like fans are going to be loud, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I still not saying I'm good with them playing, but it's like I just don't understand why is that another factor in you coming in and purchasing a ticket, man? I'll never get it, but it is what it is. It's all good.
I think it adds to the engagement, right?
Yeah.
You talking about the people want the just like the lights, right? We just like at FAMU, man. When the first time they did the lights, when they scored and they changed the lights green and orange, whatever. The next thing you know, a week later, TSU had the blue lights going back and forth, whatever. I mean, it just kind of add to the to the ambiance of the game a little bit. And the bands are the band. I could care less too. I really could. The bands don't have to play the entire game. If they play a little something here and there, that's cool with me. Yeah. But because I'm there for the game, I'm in there to watch football. Yeah. But it does add to the engagement of the game.
Yeah.
Well, let me get on to this. So my dad played in the Aristocrat band. All right, it's 1970 to 72. All right, so and I was the only athlete in my family, so I made it to the football field and played. But there's nothing like the pageantry or the marriage of a good home crowd, a good band, a visiting team with a good crowd and their band. It's something that doesn't happen nowhere else in PWIs. You don't see it at SEC games. I mean, it is just that HBCU's experience when you got 15 to 20,000 in the stands, okay? And you got the home band and the visiting band, and they have to enter into the game. It just brings that extra sauce, brother, that brings everybody. It brings the grandmamas, the mamas, the daddies, the uncles, the football aficionados such as us. It marries all together. And I think we have to always feed that, because that was designed by the OVC to stop the Aristocrat band from coming to those visiting games, because that was intimidating to them. I've been to many games where we travel to Martin or Tech, and they went, or Austin P or Eastern Kentucky, and they wouldn't let the band perform, or they didn't even want the band there. So us traveling the band was an advantage for us. And now I can't remember the last time the band has been to an OVC, venue, away game. I mean, because they just, they killed the advantage that we have. Everybody's looking for some type of advantage, right?
Right.
Some type of advantage. We talked about the 8 home games. This schedule, we thought it was an advantage, right? That's why we discussed it. But yeah, man, it's very important to always keep those doors open for a visiting team. And I'm telling you, I talk about Jackson State all the time, and because they deserve to be talked about. Number one, okay, they've done a hell of a job, right? But Nashville folks, us good Nashville folks, they want to pick and choose when we want to support. Pick and choose on August 29th, okay? Jackson State is going to run the roost, and it's going to be tough on us, bro. Yeah. But you're going to finally see what we should be handling business at every home game in Nashville.
Yeah. We should have saw that against North Dakota State.
Oh,
hey, I'm just being real.
right? I mean,
I was at the game.
Yeah,
I was at the game, brother. That was hurtful.
Yeah. But that's also, we talk about a little bit of this and talk a little bit of that. We have our administrator that doesn't have a litmus test of what's going on and just scheduling games. One of the things I talked about when this game was scheduled, I said there's a couple of reasons why I don't think we should have scheduled this Jackson State game in Nashville first, right? Nissan is under construction. We can't accommodate 20, 25,000 folks, which is going to be there. We haven't had that many folks at a Tennessee State game in a very long time.
Yeah.
The way Jackson State travel, they bring RVs, they are tailgaters, they are a 48-hour, 72-hour event or vibe, right? So you got to accommodate 48 to 72 hours for them. They got to know where to park their equipment, their RVs, where to tailgate, where to park, tailgate passing, and right now Nissan just can't accommodate that.
It sure can. It's literally, we're down to probably 30% of the parking because of all that construction.
It's bad.
It's rough.
And so that being said, and then you couple that with a very small skeleton crew that runs game day at Tennessee State University. It's only a handful of people that are involved with the game day operations.
They're gonna have to change, man. I'm telling you. I'm not sure if you saw one of our shows where we talked about. As a matter of fact, it was homecoming, after the homecoming game, man, where I saw 5 people behind me just walk straight through the gate without putting their ticket in or whatever, showing their ticket.
Wow.
Yeah.
And because the numbers aren't correct, right? They said how many they say we had 13 at homecoming or something this past year.
Yeah.
No, it was more than 13. It was more than 13. 5 guys just walked straight in behind me.
But that's the pressure, though. That's what I'm saying. That's just when you have a skeleton crew, the pressure is going to overwhelm them eventually.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what you don't want to do is regain this rivalry and not give Jackson State its just due to come up here and support. Because I'm telling you, when we go back to Jackson, Mississippi, you will be in a corner where the sun, they're going to play you at 2:30 in Jackson, Mississippi in September. And you're going to be in the hottest corner of the vet and you're going to suffer. Okay. You're going to suffer, right? It's hot. It's Hades or up there. But that's what I'm saying. We got to make sure that this is not a bad occasion. That's all I'm trying to get at. Let's make it a great occasion by doing some great planning, great teamwork, opening up the doors to anyone and everyone who has experience while kind of managing these type of situations and working together as a team. They cannot have that skeleton crew trying to run this situation because it's gonna be overwhelming.
Yeah, it's gonna drain them, man. That's it right there, real quick, man. Before we get on to the next segment here, man, I'm gonna do a quick pause. We're gonna give a quick shout out to another one of our good sponsors here from D. Fleming at neighborhoodhomesandloans.com, man. So if you're looking to finance your next home, get the best rates, always reach out to D. Fleming at neighborhoodloans.com. That's D. Flem at neighborhoodloans.com, man. Flem, anything else you want to add to that real quick before we move on?
Hey, man, it was a 5.5 came across today. That's right, a 5.5 on a fixed 30.
So that's the
if
first.
You know what I mean?
the lowest in what? The lowest in 5 years?
Yeah, it's the lowest in a while, bro. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of incentives. We're doing a lot of lender credits right now. We're doing some things on appraisal. So, man, if you've been on the fence and you're home and you don't like your rate or you're ready to buy, and holler at us at Neighborhood Loans. What is all good in the hood?
Real good, man. Well, with that being said, I'm about to add, our third leg to this story here. Coach B. Bather. Welcome to the show, Coach B. Bather. Everybody give it up, Coach B. Bather.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm loving this money down, bro. I'm loving this money down.
Like the money down, Coach.
Yeah, I'm loving that, baby. Man, and the other thing before everybody else get to talking, bro, the storm messed up the farm, bro. Man,
man, give us a quick 2 minute. Give us a quick 2 minute if you can, real quick, man. Like what's going on up there, man?
I mean, we're just handling a bunch of snow up here on the East Coast. We got about 14 inches this past week. So I just got through shoveling yesterday. But, the roads are clear, everything good. But the greenhouses didn't make it. RIP to 2 of the greenhouses.
Oh, man.
I just got down there and finished cleaning up, actually. So we're just going to, we're going to repurpose it, take that stuff, build some, some raised beds and still keep it growing. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Can't
sir.
do nothing but bounce back. Things happen. Can't complain. Just got to make it shake.
Definitely, man. Well, real quick, Bather, man. Just introducing you real quick to Mr. Lamar Buggs. No relation to Wayman Buggs or Marcus
Right.
Buggs, the great
Right.
Vanderbilt family of Bugs, football family of Bugs here, man. But as you know, man,
I think I'm related to some Bugs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man. So, like we said, we brought him on as a special guest. He's representing another TSU Sports Fans show and podcast, man, featuring Demetrius and Rodney, who runs 28th and Jefferson. The whole crew right
Rodney,
there, man. That's all of them, man. So we had to bring them on, and we just finished up the segment talking about the TSU Madness house is divided. He and one daughter Tennessee State, and then his wife and another daughter FAMU. So, we have that whole conversation right there, man. So we just finished that up right there, man. We it was a good
one. I wasn't in that conversation.
Oh man, good deal, man.
I still got a rattler stick somewhere.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
good deal, man. We gonna keep this thing rolling, man. So Barlow is next phase into spring for us, man. So for me, I want to get into, and I'm gonna toss this hot to you, Bather. All right. For you, what must be solved by spring's end? Give me one thing that is top of mind. Like it needs to be solved by the end of spring.
Quarterback, man. We need to know who's gonna run the show.
Yeah.
We need to know who the man is. If he's capable, if he's ready, if he's locked in, if the team believe in him, so we can go ahead and get this push, and they can go ahead and start making things shake. Because I've been the coach of a team with a good quarterback. I've been the coach of a team with a great quarterback. And I've been the coach of a team with no quarterback. It's only one real winner out of them three groups right there. So,
oh man,
that's my hot take.
Good deal. What you got? What you got, Lamar? What's the one thing you want to see that you feel like that you is like for this football, like Coach Barlow, get this under a good control?
I need to see the big boys up front, man. I really do.
Which side?
The offensive side. Offensive side. I mean, that's been a struggle for a minute, right? Yeah. I mean, quarterback. We had was Ellis. We had him. He did his thing, but as quarterback. But I mean, that was the only. That's like, well, no, first year too. We had dual quarterback. But anyway, the boys up front, offensive line. That's what I want to see, because I think that's been a question mark even through Eddie's tenure and now through this first year of Barlow's season. So we got to get this solidified. So that's it for me.
Gotcha. Flim, where you at, man? What's the one thing that needs to be solved by spring's end, man? By April 11th, spring game, Legends game will kick off right before then. But by then, what's the one thing for you?
I want them to have 15 practices. That's all. I'm saying. I mean, we haven't had 15 practices in a spring season in a very long time. Yeah. And to people who are not know what I'm talking about, spring, that 15 practices allotted by the NCAA is very important to start to build, repetition, building foundation, seeing kids that could play, getting kids ready to play, kids ready for summer, workouts and things of that nature. Our kids have been ending their season in November, not having spring, showing up in the summertime, playing in August, in September. So 15 practices.
Yeah.
That's it, man. For me, I'm gonna stick with what I said kicking off the season is D tackles, specifically D tackles. I need D tackles that play consistently in the backfield, not stalemating, not getting pushed. I need D tackles that control their gaps. I need D tackles from time to time that you're on one side and get to the other side and make plays, man. Like I need that center. We got to get towards that. And I know they're trying to solidify that position right now. So we'll see if they're able to get some guys in that can do that by the spring. But for me, like, regardless, if you don't get it done by spring, you better have it ready to go by the time you kick off camp. I mean, because it's gonna be rough.
First spring practice, what day?
I don't know. You got to walk it back. So from the 11th spring game, and I think they get a total of 3 practices a week or 2 practices a week. I think it's something like that.
I think it's 3.
Yeah. So you got to walk it back from there because they haven't necessarily announced like the spring practice schedule to us football alumni people just yet. We just know when spring game is. So I like to think that it'll probably be like coming up in like the next week or 2 because I think they got an early spring break, which might be coming up in like a week too. So usually after spring break, boom, you got spring ball coming up. So for me, that's where it is, man. Like I need to see that going in from there. Now, as we expound upon that, and this just open forum on this one, man. I'm not even gonna kick it off. Just whoever wants to take this first. Now, outside of that, just for me, I'll say this. The next 2 things that you're looking to see, and I'll kick it off by saying that. This is along the line of what Flim talked about, 15 practices. But you got, again, now a new OC in, a new DC in. The DC, he was on the staff, but still, it's still different because the style of which he designs his calls and gets his calls in, it's still going to be different, right? So you still got some adjustments to come through from there, man. And for me, that's the next phase of this. It's the 15 practices of starting to get into a groove. How good can you get guys in a rhythm on just your base concepts on both sides of the ball? So that's where I have it at, man.
I think just this spring, just seeing what we saw last year, we saw a young team.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I just think getting back to the basics, making sure guys fundamentally are there from a great foundation and from, like you said, from the beginning from the front to the back, from the D line to the O line, making sure that we got a nice set, clean foundation of fundamentals. This is what we want. This is what we're working with. Yeah. And then on the back end, tackling, and making sure this spring is going to be rough and tough. So I don't think it's going to be one of them Kurt Signetti, light practices. I think they going all in.
It's going to have to turn it up, man.
Bunch of, hard hitting. We're going to see who's tough, who ready to fight. And that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Spring.
What you got, Lamar?
Because we still seem kind of young, right? I think we got some transfers, but we didn't have a whole lot coming through, and so we still fairly young. So just like you said, man, that discipline and that hard hitting, tackling, just on it at this level, these boys gonna need to know that, right? And they need to go through that practice. I mean, you coming off a 2-10 season,
ain't no days off.
No days off. You can't pull no punches, man. You got to put these boys through it. So. I just think, man, that consistency of just getting that grind, I think that's the biggest thing, man.
Flim, what's next up for you, Flim?
Look at that.
I already know.
I ain't gonna say nothing about it. Hey,
I got to tell you something later too. Me and Reno beefing. I ain't told you yet. He don't know yet.
Okay.
I sure don't know.
All right. The other thing is, man, is try to build some chemistry amongst the football players, amongst the student athletes. We whooped ass because we whooped ass on the football field, the dorm, the cafeteria. You know what I'm saying? 328. You know what I'm saying? The mixed fact, because we always was together. You know what I'm saying? When I say we, the football team, the football players,
the boys.
So yeah, the boys. So when these guys going in and out, and not really having a lot of Tennessee State guys around to teach them the culture, because we've been pretty much blocked from the program. They really don't know what they out there riding around with that T on their helmet, that S in their chest, that U on their heart. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. So they're gonna have to build that from within. That's gonna be something that, man, you need a bar of soap, man. Let me give you one of these soaps, bro. You know what I'm saying? You need some toothpaste. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? You got some washing powder. You come on, man.
Yeah, that team swagger on campus. Like,
yeah,
you want to be respected on campus. Right now, I got little cousins that that's in school.
Yeah.
Shout out to I ain't gonna say no names, but they don't respect the boys right now. They just walking around like y'all ain't win no games. Nobody want to go to the game. Who y'all skipping line? You can't be skipping line in the lunchroom if you ain't winning no games, coach. You know, the football team, the football team. It ain't no problem when you winning. You feel me?
Yeah.
Man, y'all, can I say this story real quick, man? So
Go
I got tissue 89, man. I was a cross country team, man, and we was there early, just like the football team. They got there early, you know. And I was in the line to get something to eat. Man, this big dude, man, he looked at me, man, and said, "Look, I didn't know this is a civilian line." Man, I was like, "Hey, man,
who was the dude? You know who it was?"
No, I can't remember, man. But I know that dude was huge, man. He was huge, man. Like, I was like, "No, man. I'm here early, just like you, player."
I'm trying to get some food.
That man said, "I didn't know this was civilian line." Ooh.
Hey, shout out to everybody that came in the summer, man. You know, that summer, August, we had the band, we had the volleyball team, had the football team, cross country, track.
Yep.
You know, that was a whole month of just athletes on campus too. That's a bond, like you said, Flynn. That's what a bonds happen. You feel me?
Yeah. You know, the other thing is, you know, I haven't been to Gentry Center in a very long time because not everybody knows, but a lot of people know that I am on silent protest. Okay, I'm Listen, hey man, I'm ESPN Plus, but I'm on silent protest. I went to one football game last year. Y'all know which one I went to, and I'm on silent protest. But the thing is, I do be looking around to see if you can see the boys. Like the boys should be at the basketball game, right? Mm-hmm. And it should be a section of blue where everybody had their jogging suits on, their shirts on, and the opposing team supposed to try to walk through the football team and get your ass on, even on the court.
100%, coach. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Right behind the basket.
Like, you know what I mean? That's how it was.
The little kids there now, Reno. We used to sit right there. All the student athletes used to sit right there behind the goal, right there.
We did. We had two spots. Yeah, we had two spots. You're right. We sit right there behind them on the locker room side, but then also on the top side up there as well too.
You sit up top sometimes.
That's all.
Man,
okay, I'm just trying to remember.
We used to terrorize opposing teams. Man, we used to go up there to R&R and get the Paul Me song. And go to the basketball game. Hey man,
boys, man.
Hey man, what is y'all are in the wrong place at the wrong time. But you know that culture is built from within, right?
Yeah.
Man, you wasn't there. We had to fight the Murray State basketball team. You remember that? This didn't get out. This was ESPN was not there. They canceled the game. Murray State started trying to listen, bro. Murray State came up. They was pretty good that year. We was pretty good. The boys we in the stands. They start bucking on the court, and then the fight break out between the basketball team going at it. Yeah. And then I worked over to the football section. Man, we had them boys in the hallway, backed up by the pool. They got separated. They done called the game. I'm surprised it never made it on ESPN, but that was I couldn't believe what was happening.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean that's the type of culture. You know, we're not talking about no fighting culture, right? No, we're not condoning that by no means. But you supposed to feel everybody that put on the TSU jersey, from the golf team, tennis, whatever. What else we got? Oh, hockey. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about the hockey.
No, we ain't talking about hockey.
We ain't gonna talk about hockey. But we can put the jerseys on. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. But everybody used to always team up to go to each other games.
Yeah.
And that's just something that the coaching, and that's a culture from the athletic department. And I'm just not going to speak of just one person. I mean, that's just, Barlow hollering at Coach Smith and say, man, I'm going to bring 50, 60 of my boys here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to be 50, 60 deep where you want us at.
And then after party, at the party.
Yeah.
I think they do that because I know, like I said, we just had a couple conversations. I know that they mob deep to the tennis match. So I mean, I know if they want a tennis match, then I know they doing that as well too, man. So I'll shout them out like that. That much I do know. It's just I don't think they're sharing it. That I don't think football is taking pictures and posts like, hey, this is us supporting them or whatever. Which again, that's still something to do though. Like that's the kind of stuff you should be doing because I think that speaks to the fan base that speaks to Nashville as well too. Of okay, shoot, man, like we got football and we had the tennis match. Like I said, that's some good stuff, man. When you show up at the tennis match, it's a non-revenue sport that is unless you're honestly in college. I don't know how big tennis is for any collegiate program, honestly, because if you're that good in tennis, you should be at pro. At least that's how they see it. Like you should be playing pro by the time if you're a girl, you should be playing pro by the time you're 15. If you're a dude, you should be playing pro by the time you're 18, 19. So it's like, but regardless, that speaks volumes to there. So Lamar, tell me this, man, from your time, you mentioned it real quick, from your perspective of, being a student. But what else can you remember just from other stories of just how well or unwell athletes across sports supported or interacted with each other?
Well, for my time, man, it was we had a great time. Like I always went to the volleyball games with the girls. Went to the football. As a matter of fact, the Coach Gerald Robinson used to make us
Coach
make us sell, make us sell the what is the menus, not menus, the
press
programs
programs
during the football games. We were always there. We were selling programs. We going up and down the steps selling programs, So we were, we were embedded into what was going on, man. And I'm pretty sure we all share that same thing, right? I know, matter of fact, nobody come to cross country matches, cross country meets, but we had one against Fisk where Coach Gerald, mapped out a 3 mile run. And man, we had football players, man, up in the stands because the ending of it, the finish line was on the track. And we had to run our pass down there by the current track, the Ed Temple's track.
Yeah.
And I'll go down the hill and all that and come back up and come up back to Hale Stadium. Well, man, the football team was there at the finish line rooting everybody on, So that was cool, man. So we had that buy-in. It wasn't complete buy-in, but
you see how small that was, but you still remember that, right?
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
that's how important them little things be.
Yeah.
And when you curating the college campus or running it, like I don't think sometimes as adults we flash back to like the little moments that could impact a person's future there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you remember that one time the football player saw you in the calf. So the one time they was at the game at the track meet, it's like just little stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Little stuff.
That's the thing that, and I'm not gonna preach today because we got a guest. All right. Right. You know what I'm saying? We got a guest in the house of the Uproar. All right. But the thing is, we always have a consistent messaging about Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, our president tried to add Sunday, okay, and tried to reword my saying. But the saying is Monday through Friday. The touch points happen Monday through Friday for our students and student athletes. And if they don't see the folks that are there to support them and service them with pride, it's hard for you to ask for them to have it. Right. And you talk about Coach Rob, a proudful Tiger. Both of them, right? Both brothers. You know what I mean? Proud. I see them at church right now, and they talking about TSU. You know what I mean? And you talk about all these great folks that were on the campus that got you straight, but kept you straight, but got you straight. You know what I'm saying? Which is two different things, but you needed both of them, right? You know what I'm saying? But we did, it's just what it was. And I just hate to continue to see opportunities missed or opportunities not leveraged fully because we won't do the extra mile. And then sometimes you hear people say, well, Flim, they don't know. Not knowing is not a plausible excuse. Yeah. Go get some people that do know.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Go get some people that do know. Right. Absolutely. Get the people around you that do know. And
let me ask y'all this.
Prideful about it.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on, quick before you do it. Let me do it quick. No, I am. I just want we got a lot of viewers listening to the show right now. And for those just now joining us, we're talking fan engagement right now. Hit us up in the comment section of things that you remember as a fan with your time at Tennessee State, whether you graduated or not. Tell us about some good experiences you've had and tell us about some that you wish were better. So hit us up in the comments, and we're gonna respond to you live on the show right here, right now. All right, go ahead, Lamar.
Let me ask you this question: how many of you read or had to read A Will to Win?
Come on,
in orientation.
Come on. I skimmed it. I'm almost lied, so I might be lying.
I had to read it in high school.
I skimmed it.
Brother, I think that is required reading.
Mhm.
That's required reading for any student that steps on campus.
You still think they do it?
I don't think so.
I don't think they even talk about that book no more.
My daughter
They still got orientation though, right?
Yeah, my daughter's there. She didn't read it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Does she know about it from Tennessee State, or does she know about it from you?
She know about it from me.
Right, but they ain't even got that book on. That book is in the back of the.
This what we gotta do, Reno.
Mhm.
That was it. That was embedded. That was
Mhm.
embedded. And because I mean, and it gets you hype, right? You get to know that.
So let's do it. Let's get it back to him, Reno.
Right. Yeah, you
Let's
go.
make it happen. Send
So
the
what
book to him.
Okay.
Now, go and finish your books. Don't finish your books. You was in the thought.
Because that was big time, man. I think that understanding and knowing their history, right? I mean, you look in this book and you seeing the football team going 10-0 every year, winning championships, on a regular.
Mhm.
The basketball team, first
championships, right?
First championship, 3 in a row, man.
Right.
You know that people don't know that in one year we went 24-0 back in, I think it was 40 something, right? So people don't know that, man. There's history, man. Man, we have more gold medals than some countries have medals in the Olympics.
Say that again.
Man, I say it all the time. I tell people that all the time. That's
all the time, man. All the time.
Hey, the craziest thing for me, not to cut y'all, Brother Bugs,
no, you good.
but to stay with your point, go back and look at the Notre Dame athletic director. You know what I'm talking about, Brother Bugs?
Absolutely.
Did you know that man went up there and said, they said, why TSU? He said, because Tennessee State got more championships than us.
Yes, sir.
They got gold medal winners.
He sure did.
This is what our athletic directors ain't never said nothing like that in 30 years.
You should be leading with that, ain't it?
It's valued at other places, bro. It's valued at other places, bro.
But I think though too, it needs to come from, I'm assuming it's under student affairs, because Sean Jones, he ran track. He's a new and he ran track. He talked about how he used to get on the bus to go watch the football team all the time. Right. So, but I think that I don't think the bus fell under athletics. I think it fell under student affairs. And I just don't know which. I just asked him via Twitter earlier today. It's like, hey, who used to organize that? I'm trying to get a response, because I would love. We need to get that back, right? Just like we talking about this Thursday.
They don't have a part of the game bus. Meet at the airplane 8:00.
Well, they just started it back a little bit this year.
Oh, okay.
They just started a little bit, like in a couple of the big games, the classic games. But if you wanted to go see North Dakota State, that bus wasn't there.
Yeah,
no bus.
But when I'm talking about the bus to go out of town, like
they used to have a travel bus. So
right.
My freshman year, I didn't get to play the last game. We played EKU. No, it was EKU in the championship, right? Yeah. We lost to EKU. I had to ride the pep bus down because I was hurt.
Yeah.
Hopped on the bus, caught the ride. We was there, but
and we
had less money then, I would think.
Yeah. And we were just talking about this in our last show with the 92-93 team basketball squad that won that first OVC championship. We just taped that just a couple of days ago. And
for that team.
Jeff Carr, the pep club, man, they used to be all up in the games. The pep club was huge at TSU in the 90s.
The pep band, yep.
It was huge. What happened to that?
Yep. That's the thing that we keep hashing on, is that we got to put these 5 fingers, or some people say 4 fingers and a thumb, and we got to ball the fists up again and be together. You know what I'm saying? There's been the biggest issue at Tennessee State University, and I told President Tucker this. I said in his office, and I told him right in his face, is your enrollment a problem? Yes. Right. Is your budget a problem? Yes. Okay. Is the state of Tennessee a problem? Yes. I said, but your biggest problem is your PR problem. You have a public relation problem. And it goes from not only the folks in Nashville not being a part of Tennessee State University, it's people that work for Tennessee State University in different departments that don't fool with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so just think about the student experience if you're going to one department to the next and they won't communicate.
Yeah.
Because they don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's a real thing.
You know, the athletic department not knowing when other teams are playing, you know, when the softball team is playing. I mean, that should be understood. And I mean, the week of events, this is what I'm meeting with my student and student athletes and my coaches every week if I'm the administrator of that athletic department. We have a standing meeting. Okay. And this is what we're doing this week.
9 a.m. Monday,
right? This is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This is a sign-up sheet of who's supposed to be here and who's supposed to be where. All this floating and not participating, it just goes into allowing the brand to be just muddled and not just where it should be, bro. Yeah. Because you got to manage the people, and everybody should be working together to do so.
Man, real quick, want to shout out to I think Sean was chatting up with us, fellas, man. So Sean Jones, I believe that's what he was talking about, Lamar.
Yeah.
He's in the chat. Shout out to Sean. That's what he was talking about. He said, you know, he talking about that falls on student affairs, that pep bus. So that was on student affairs in that space. So it's an effort to get folks to, you know, in these spaces to start thinking that way again, man. Because
it's because he said
the engine. This engine is circular. It's each thing's supposed to feed each thing else, right? Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be like this. And
Reno, answer that.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
Do we have former former alumni in these positions, or are we taking newly enrolled? You know, not.
I think it's alumni.
I'm asking.
I think it's alumni. I know, like the person that's over recruiting graduated from Tennessee State. I don't know who's over student affairs. I don't know. I think so. I think in the president's cabinet, the only people that might not be alumni are, undergrad alumni. Let me say it like that. Our athletic director, and then I think there's one other person that might not be alumni of Tennessee State. But I mean, I'm always saying this. What's most important is what we need in these spaces are just people who are aggressive about getting stuff done.
Yeah.
I'll say that
you can make something out of nothing, right?
I'm not saying make something out of nothing. I'm like, we just need people that are aggressive about moving things forward because it's just been too much of status quo TSU for too long. And that's why you fall into the in these holes of, you feel like the state's not supporting you, and you find out, okay, yeah, they're not supporting. They've gotten off of what they've done, right? But then when you don't do all the other things you need to be doing, and you know what made TSU successful, in those 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s was everything was feeding each other. It was circular motion, right? And then it just got to not be that way. You know, TSU.
Well, you're leaving a little part off of that. You're leaving a little part off of that.
Yeah,
I mean, because everything you're saying is 100% correct. But the only thing I would add to that is that was President Davis.
Yeah.
That was his leadership.
Yeah.
Why everything was connected.
Yeah.
President Davis intentionally went out and got the best coaches and wanted to have dominance in athletics because he knew he would feed academia.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now you see every big Power 4 school with the same model. They are feeding millions into their athletics.
Don't that frustrate you so much?
Yeah.
No, but the thing is,
there, right?
The blueprint was designed by HBCU President Davis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this design was created. That's why when you saw Coach Prime go out to Boulder, Colorado, they talked about the football and the attendance and all that. But on that backstory, they was talking about attendance was up 57%.
Yeah.
Not attendance, enrollment. Excuse me. Enrollment was up.
Same thing at Indiana. He went in there, went to the best game, told everybody, "What's this the plan? Let's everybody lock in together. We're gonna take this thing over."
Yeah.
And now enrollment up, money up. They buying yachts and planes and traveling.
They are, man. They got billionaire Mark Cuban off the seat, So I mean, like,
but Tennessee State got a billionaire too, ain't that crazy?
We do. That crazy? So that's why I say energy has to be corrected.
We gotta get it back.
Corrected. It has to, man. Like the biggest fail that we've had from that just administration side was when we invited Oprah Winfrey back for commencement, and we invited her back just to speak. And I told.
We ain't sit down and had no meeting with her or nothing.
It was no discussion. I said that was the biggest waste of a moment that I've ever seen. If I'm going to bring her back, I'm presenting a full-on plan that's going to say, I want the Oprah Winfrey School of Business and Communication or something like that combined. And I want to leverage, I want to leverage everything in the OWN network, the whole vertical suite of OWN network stuff. And I want to push to have the top 1% of my students to fight to have an internship directly towards your network of stuff, and then we'll leverage your other contacts, and then everybody else who falls underneath that just don't get in. But the thing about it is, TSU needs to create some serious competition in the academic space, and so for me,
last but not least, hold on, Battle. But last but not least, when it comes to that Oprah quote from that Oprah situation, you know how mad we were when it happened. Reno and I talked about this, but like 10 years ago, when I was doing work as Tiger Paw, doing that stuff, I was trying to build a platform for Oprah, and I was gonna make it the Oprah Winfrey Dome in the hole. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It was gonna be the Oprah Dome. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna honor you with the Oprah Dome, okay? A multi-purpose purpose facility. But yeah, man, it's just like, why we don't give people their flyers? I mean, what's your take on that, Brother Bugs? I mean, this is Uproar. Are we on base? Uproar now.
No, that's real. No, that's real, brother. Because what Reno said is something I thought about for a long time. It was a huge fail, and we should have marketed, like you said, we should have marketed a communication, Oprah Winfrey Communications. Of course, she would have to, she make a donation. Hey, here it is, right? Your name all on it. We doing a TSU news, TSU news from our campus that's broadcasted probably all over Nashville or whatever. You come here, you go to grad school, you get your little, I don't know, man. Your journalism degree from there, man. You're on the news, whatever. I don't know. Hey, just like we have like the radio. I'm sure guys go on a radio station. They do their thing. They get a job somewhere else in the community. The same thing for the Oprah Winfrey Communications School of Communications. Could have done something like that. So it just missed opportunities, man. We just had so many missed opportunities throughout our lifetime.
Hear me out on this. I thought about this so much because I just knew that we were presenting something for her to put some money behind, right? And I said in my head, I'm like this. I'm gonna take a best practice. We in Nashville, we got Vanderbilt just across the street from us, right? You got the OWN School of Business, one of the most respected business schools in the country. And I'm like, I will go take that very business model there. I will create to where I'm gonna give X amount of students each year a full ride scholarship. And these students, they gotta be, students who want to have a business major, in that space right there, right? So these are people in that space, marketing, communications. Like, I want you in there, right? So I'm going after kids like that. And then, but you still build up the whole program to have other kids who fought to get in there as well, too. But you got the ones who are, on scholarship, right? It's almost similar to what you get in football, right? You got 64 scholarships, but you still have a team of 104 people. So that's the dynamic. I'm like, you create that dynamic and people competing and fighting, and you got to have this level just to get in. And the program is so curated that by the time you get through there, these are the very same kids that are help doing the busy work that's needed for the school. Because again, we're an institution. We're not going to be staff heavy like we're a publicly traded company, right? So you got to leverage the students who are hungry that want to be in these spaces, right? So then you're able to complete the stuff you need to complete throughout the week. Because if you're short staffed, okay, fair enough. You supplement that with those hungriness of those kids. That's why I say at the end of the day, it's about hunger for me. We got to get this. I'm just good enough and I'm gonna collect my paycheck. I'm not gonna do nothing to lose my job, but I ain't about to be great either. And I'm it's that energy that gotta go. And I'm like, if for the folks that's listening right now, and I would say this to President Tucker too. I'm like, create that energy of that gets people on the edge of their seats and gets them active. And like, honestly, it needs to be uncomfortable for a while because the laziness has to go.
Yeah.
It has to go, man. So
talk about, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and Fleming, you mentioned on one of you guys' shows about not the football media guy. I kid you not, I'm telling you, we all on the same wavelength because I just mentioned like a show on our show, maybe a show one or two before that the basketball media guy hadn't been updated since 1819, and you said the same, and you said the same thing about football.
Right.
That just takes a couple of students, man. It's a couple of students.
Yeah, it take a director to make the students, make it happen.
So,
hey, brother Bugs, the reason why we on this show tonight live and doing what we're doing was because of necessity.
Yeah,
bro. It was because of necessity. When we saw Coach Barlow had an opportunity to come and he got hired, and our partner and our brother, Coach Shannon Harris, was coming back, we were already into some preliminary conversations, but everybody was in agreement, man, that we needed to promote the program and tell our story. Because it ain't getting told.
Right. And that's the same reason why we created ours. You know, we started a couple of years ago on Spotify first. And we interviewed Reno one of those times. And and then we moved to YouTube, about 2 years ago, I guess. But the whole reason why behind it is because, you know, all these other podcasts were coming up and they were including TSU, but the narrative wasn't correct. Yeah. Right. I mean, not saying they were wrong the entire time, but
no, they wasn't keeping it who the real top dogs is.
Amen.
Everybody always try to make it seem like we the top dogs when they come down to it.
We the blue chip of this, man.
Yeah.
So
check the stats.
You're absolutely. So we wanted to have a voice, right? And in a space where we just feel like we weren't, you know, being represented correctly. And also and the reason why we called ourselves a few TSU sports fans is because it was during the time when people aren't showing up to games. And y'all know the largest basketball game we had this year was on the girls game when they brought all those kids in. It was 4,700. That was the largest,
right?
Yes. That was the largest attended basketball game this year. They only had one game above 1,000, I think, for the boys, and that was against Fisk.
First place.
And that was against, and they're in first place.
Well. Now we ain't gonna do that. No, Bally, you hush.
I'm out of town. Bally.
Bally, you hush it up for a second, all right? Just for a second, all right? You're right. The reason why I'm gonna tell you to hush it up for the second because 99% of the people in Nashville don't even know a damn basketball game is going on in Nashville.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought we talked about this prior to basketball season. We was going to take that momentum and, you know, try to get basketball going. And, you know, we had a little questions about the coach early on, but he done stepped up. He got them boys rolling. They alley-ooping. They behind the back. They, you know what I'm saying? They looking like Carlos Rogers today.
Yeah, but the team is amazing. The team is amazing, but they're not because nobody know when they're playing. So we started this show off with Brother Bugs introducing, and we talked about Brother Bugs. Let us know that Thursday's game against SEMO is the most important game in 30 years. Because that's for the chip. For the chip.
Everybody need to be there.
It's in
SEMO. It's in SEMO.
Pep bus.
Right.
ESPN Plus and Pep bus.
The last time I remember shot Murray State. Remember they was undefeated. They was on ranked top whatever.
Yeah, top 7. They ranked 7th.
And we went down there and whooped them at Murray State.
Sure did.
Now, we won that game in Nashville.
We won the one there.
That game was there? We beat them there? Oh, okay.
We played them again at the end of the year.
Okay.
Then we played them again in the conference. But I'm just saying, like, that type of vibe, like, I'm thinking everybody been at the games. I swear, I'm on Instagram like, oh, they kicking it this year, you know, front row. They used to have everybody on the court, too. They ain't got that court side no more, huh?
Yeah, no, they got court side. They got court side.
They got court side. They don't have the bleachers. I think something's wrong with one of the bleachers.
Okay. Why is something wrong with the bleachers?
That's what I hear. I can't validate it for sure, but that's what I hear. Something's wrong.
Man, it's always something little with us, man.
God almighty.
Come on, man. But the other thing I was gonna tell you too, Reno. Didn't J. Cole just show up the other day?
He did.
So we ain't sit down with J. Cole. He ain't sit down with the students and drop the energy on them and say, listen, the lazy, they ain't set that up. We know when we was in school,
you have to stop blaming the students,
they used to have a forum. Look, they used to, hey, we got so and so in town. Show up to the forum. They're gonna be speaking from 7 to 9. You know, seats limited. And then we were packing there and get to hear, you know, little spoken word.
Yeah. But you gotta stop blaming the students, bro. You gotta stop blaming the students because there's not a lot of students on campus. Number one. All right, so that just keep it a buck.
What
all right,
mean? The doors ain't filled up.
Well, now what I'm saying is our enrollment is lower than what it it's a low enrollment, more than we think. But the thing is, to capture a J. Cole is why the Monday through Friday work is so important. There should be, bands of people or constituents of people that we can make quick calls to. We can call the Bros. We can call the News. We can call the YMCA and the Junior Pro League of West Nashville. We about to have X, Y, and Z. But if you're not building those relationships and these opportunities, you're not connected, you have no one to call.
And the kids need incentives. They need incentives to come. They need incentives to go to the football games and to the basketball games. I mean, again, I was just talking the other night. Fixed students used to be able to come to TSU football games back in the day. I mean, incentives for these kids, man. And I mean, you bridge that gap. Think about it, man. We need to bridge that gap again on Jefferson Street. Jefferson Street's changing, but we need to still bridge that gap.
Need to keep 100%. I agree, 100%.
That was that, man. Well, look here, man. We're gonna get ready to get to this. Are you good to stay on for this last segment, Lamar?
If you have me.
Yeah, man. So there's this national news thing that we talked about that's been going on in the NFL. The all things tush push and on what is the final ruling of it going to be? Because if you remember last offseason, they voted to push the vote because I think enough people were just not ready to address it just yet, but I think there was some consensus around it, right? The argument is this: get rid of it because you saw how effective that the Philadelphia Eagles were with it, and they just like, okay, like this is becoming not a football play, it's a rugby play, But then you got the other side of it where they're like, the biggest issue is not being able to officiate it correctly. And I said this past year, if you remember, right, there was multiple times where the Eagles offensive lineman, one of them got a jump and the referee just didn't call it. To me, that's not you can't officiate it correctly. That's a referee not blowing the whistle.
Right.
So I'm on a side where I'm like, keep the play in. Stop it. Like just stop it. I mean, it's not like you got literally every NFL team that's now just doing the tush push because other ones have actually tried it and ain't been as effective as it, right? So it's just like it's not taking over. It's just you got that one team that was able to figure it out. To me, this is no different than the Wildcat. Remember when the Wildcat came out and then Miami Dolphins were running it hot for a good year, and then what happened? Eventually, folks caught on and they got shut down, right? This is all this thing is. Enough people figure out how to defend it and it'll shut down. But from my perspective on this, I'm saying leave it alone. It's not doing anything. If you want to change something, go back to the original kickoff because right now onside is no longer a surprise, and that part I just don't like.
I'm backing you on that one.
Yeah, well, I don't care nothing about no NFL. Y'all know it.
I know.
I don't care nothing about no NFL. I just became a Baltimore Raven fan when brother was on.
Back to it,
yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna finish this up. I don't care if Shedeur Sanders is not the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna super not care. It's gonna get worse for me not caring. It's getting real close to WWE. All right, but there will not be any Cam Ward slander. No Cam Ward slander in the Middle Tennessee area. I don't care nothing about the tush push. It's what it is, and we'll just go from there. And that's my take.
What you got, Baldo?
Man, let's talk about shout out to the Ravens, man. Shout out to my dog Bean, man. I was watching the show the other night, brother Flam, man. I'm usually on the show. You know, Levine was my, that was my partner. You know, we tight now. That's my dog. We came in together.
Oh, hella tight, hella tight.
That's my guy, and I ain't even know he was gonna be on the show. I ain't taking no type of way from him. But then when I clicked in, I was watching the show, and I just heard, Brother Reno just shouting out all these coaches that need to be moved up to the NFL. And he just, calling out names. Shout out to all the coaches, Rosser, Brent Alexander. He just naming all these coages. And what did they say on my name tag right there?
Didn't say nothing about B.
He ain't say Coach B. Ballard yet.
God
Coach.
Oh,
Lamar.
Out of all
Lamar.
Yeah. Out of all them coaches, Flip.
Right.
Lamar. Hold on,
Reno. Hold on. Brother Lamar, listen.
Yes, sir.
Out of all them coaches that he named, it's only one coach from Tennessee State history with 3 straight state championships under his belt.
Come on.
It's only one coach in the NFL, Tennessee State history with 2 national 7-on-7 championships under his belt, back to back.
Come on.
You feel me? I got 12 players in the NFL right now.
Come on.
Under me, under my program. You feel me? And it's my name don't get mentioned.
Money down. Yeah.
Hey, Reno.
Let me know you want me to respond.
Hey, Reno, you couldn't say Coach Ballard can't get a chance to move up.
If that's every coach that I named out is a current collegiate coach right now.
Hey, and I coached in college too. What you talking about?
Like I said, every coach I name is a current collegiate coach right now. So I was remembering guys.
You see the type of college coaches we deal with.
It's not the point. I was remembering guys who are currently coaching college right now. Is what I did. I was remembering guys.
What's the old Eagles coach? Did he go straight from high school to the Eagles?
I don't know. Again, I was only
remembering 37. Coach,
you're asking me how did you get? How did I get you? You're asking, right? You want to know how? You want to know how, right?
Only one coach he ain't mentioned. There's only one coach on the show.
Do you want me to? This is why you got forgotten by me. I was only remembering guys who are currently coaching in college or that guys who are coaching in the UFL, right? So I called out coaches who are coaching UFL like Shannon Harris, right? I
forgot to tell you too. Listen, Flim, I just got asked 2 days ago to be in Nashville on Saturday to speak to all the coaches in Nashville, Tennessee, from 8:30 to 11:30 at the Fairfield Marriott in Franklin. So if you want to come, listen to a coaching session, I'll be in Nashville this Saturday speaking to college coaches in Nashville, high school.
Hey, guess what?
I'll be there, right?
At the end of the day, you're not gonna make me feel no kind of way because guess what? Like I said, I was only remembering guys who are coaching in college and coaching pro ball right now. They're like UFL level, XFL. That's what I was remembering. All right, because if that's the case, then guess who all I think is qualified.
Hold on,
I think Quez is qualified as well too. He's another one.
Nobody.
I think Big L is qualified too.
Not one person you name has more state championships than me, bro.
I don't know.
Listen, Flim. Didn't I work for the NFL for 10 years?
Absolutely.
NFL films, you did.
Yes, sir.
Didn't I work with Coach Belichick? Didn't I work with Coach Billick? Didn't I work with Brian Baldinger, Ron Jaworski? Didn't I work with all these football legends?
Yeah.
Ain't I nominated for? Didn't I break? Wasn't that my job to break down the? I don't know.
Hey, all I know is when you came to Nashville last year for the final game that we was invited to by our athletic director, we put a drone up in Nissan Stadium. I know we did that.
They're gonna come back and arrest me, man. You gotta stop telling people.
Hey. At the end of the day, charge it to my head and not my heart. As I said,
I told myself, I said, listen, I wish Miles was on the show because I was going to text Miles and let him know I got something for him. I want him to pull up. I want him to pull up a screenshot.
Right.
I ain't even do it. I let it simmer for a little week. But come on, Reno.
We love you, B. We love you, B. We love you, B.
I've been holding it down.
Put like this, from brother to brother, I never jacked that up ever again, though. I never messed it up ever again. I got my one mistake in. I got my one mistake in.
Make sure you post that, Flynn.
I will.
Hey, Bal, which high school? Those championships?
Woodrow Wilson High School in New Jersey.
South Jersey.
Good stuff, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Who was there with you? Head coach at Syracuse, right?
No, that he's from that area. He's from that.
Oh, he's just from the area. Okay.
Yeah, I coach his son too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
Yeah. And still ain't got no call from Nashville. Eh?
Can't get an interview.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I just don't, I mean, the last time I coached at Tennessee State, we started the season 7-1.
Sure did.
I was on that staff too. I was,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Went down to Bethune and rocked the world.
Yeah.
It was on top.
Yeah.
I was on that staff.
That was
I had an All-American free safety. I was coaching the safeties.
Yeah.
Shout out to me, Coach Sanders, and my dog Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
All-American that year.
It's so much greatness at Tennessee State. But we're gonna tap back in, and I know. So you're about to make Granddaddy mad. All right. So we got to guess. We only got a few more minutes.
My bad. TSU Madness had to catch that madness.
Yeah,
no, you good, brother. I loved it.
I had to catch the madness.
I just need him to know. I just need him to know. I did not leave him out on purpose. I just was in my head. I was just remembering guys who are currently coaching in college.
Man, I'm looking at my phone, watching the show. I'm like, all right, he about to say my name. He said, all right, and I'm like, what?
Right.
I called me. I said, man, you said Reno did me. He said, man, I ain't even. He said, I thought you was gonna be on the show. I ain't know that. Reno didn't tell me you wasn't on the show today. I wouldn't have been on there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, you be working the inside scoop stories, man. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just trying to get back on top, trying to get there. I would love to come back to Tennessee State. Me and Vin already talked about it.
We'll love to have you. You know what I'm saying? We'll be blessed to have you. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah, man.
I got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of energy,
You already know I'm knowing, man. Look here, man. Like I said, we're gonna have to get up out of here, let you boys go, man.
Hold on. What you got, man? Wait. Now, Brother Bugs, you got the run of the show, right? Yeah, you got a little bit of run of the show. We're not getting ready to leave and not talk about this Lakers situation. We're only gonna put about 5 minutes on it because that's the end of our show.
Okay, Lakers, let's go.
Yeah, like the script that I have.
I ain't gonna lie. I was about to punt that thing out of there, man. Because I was definitely trying to punt it out of there. I'm just like, you know how I feel. You know how I feel to be a Laker. Like this what kind of Laker fan I am right now. Like I'm a Laker fan, but like this current situation, I'm like, I am not connected to it at all. Like when I say current situation, like I'm talking when Kobe retired and we decided to move off that young talent to go with LeBron and all this other talent, and I'm just like, I'm out. I'm gonna just sit here and be quiet and chill.
Now, y'all gonna have to hit me to the Lakers situation because here's the thing, brother. I mean, I really haven't watched. Now, I used to go to basketball games all the time. We go drive up to Orlando, watch the games. Especially when Robert Covington was playing. Now, I would fly and watch him play in DC, wherever, Philly. I'll fly and watch him play.
That was a great time watching Robert play too.
No doubt. But man, I ain't watched. Ever since when they start calling traveling, I stopped watching, man. I can't stand it. I can't stand it, man. I'm telling you. So you guys are football guys, man. I love football, but basketball is my favorite sport, man. And I love basketball. I love college basketball, and then the NBA is second to that, but not no more. They probably number 5 after hockey. I can't stand it.
Oh yeah.
What thing too? Because I think Rob was still the last HBCU player in the NBA, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
He had a great career. And please don't talk about the Covington Pavilion. Yeah. I mean, let's don't talk about the Covington Pavilion, please. That's a whole. I wasn't going there. I was just saying.
Or the Alumni Hall.
Oh, the Alumni Hall, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
I was just saying that it was like you said, it was good. Tennessee State, we in all facets, track, everything. Did you see the girl that just went around the world from TSU? She was the first girl to scuba dive in every ocean or every continent.
Yes, she did.
First person ever, Guinness Book of World Records, Tennessee State alumni.
She's the fastest. Yeah.
Fastest.
Good deal, man. Yeah. So this is the real question about the Lakers, right? In recent news, LeBron was quoted after a game just saying, if the nucleus, him, Luka, Austin Reeves can get enough consistency in together to figure out like how's the lineup, like when's the lineup in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, or last 4 minutes of the second quarter, 1st 5 minutes of the third quarter, like closing out the fourth quarter. He's like, if we could just do that, that'll put us in a position to feel like we know we want to do get into the playoffs, right? So the question is, like, at the end of the day, with doing all that, are the Lakers really contenders, or are they just honestly just they're going to be good enough to get inside the playoffs but be out by second round?
Short take. So we're running out of time.
Yeah.
The Lakers cannot defend.
Zero.
They cannot defend.
I just said the same thing.
Yeah. When you put Luka, Reeves, and LeBron on one court,
no defense.
No frontline defense, no ball pressure at all. I mean, they made the Pritchard kid on Sunday look like he was the next what you call it? Who was the one? White chocolate? Who was him?
Jason Williams.
Yeah, he looked like Jason Williams out there, man. He was breaking ankles, people falling down and stuff. I'm like, what in the world is going on with this? Yeah, man, and then you lose by 20 plus when Pat Riley his statue is being unveiled. I mean, as you're a Lakers fan,
the way you played too,
and to play the way you played. Was it Worthy who said something after the game? Was it Worthy?
Worthy was one of them. It was quite a few people, former Lakers and like big LA people. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. So long story short, the Lakers are going to make sure my fishing won't be interrupted at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm going to be able to fish in March, April, May. They'll be done by the end of May. Probably the 1st of May. And that'll be the end of it, and whatever they're gonna do in the off season.
This is gonna be considered a hot take, but I talk about this, I am not a hot take person. I truly believe this. My thing is this: get rid of all 15 players. Every last one. Every last one. And I'm gonna tell you why.
You don't like Bronny?
Get rid of every last player on that roster. I'm not mincing words on this. I cannot have my best player be a liability on defense. You can't. You just can't.
Do you think it's just they ain't got the skill set, or they just not playing? The coach ain't preaching defense.
We watched Luka for long enough. He ain't got it.
So he ain't got no defense, bro.
He ain't got it.
I mean, that's why Nico made the move, and they blessed him on the move.
Yeah.
He ended up being the fall guy, but he knew that Luka was 25 years old, getting drunk in the offseason, drunk out the games. Gonna control the ball 50 plus of the time. Now he's gonna put it in the basket, but the cohesiveness and defensive acumen of a team with Luka leading it just ain't getting ready to happen, bro.
Is it on the coach or is it on the players?
No.
It's on the players. It's on him. So this
it's on him.
You got two things. Lakers offensively is LeBron's turn, then it's Luka's turn, then it's AR's turn. On defense, it's none of their turn.
Yeah.
Get rid of them all. You know, that's why the guys who run the LA Dodgers, they the ones who making the basketball decisions now. I'm telling you right now, as a Laker fan, get rid of every last one of them. I don't care what people say. You don't trade a generational talent like Luka. He is strictly offense. Bye.
Yep.
I'm used to seeing. I'm used to the best player being a two-way guy, right? So I watched Jordan growing up. I watched Clyde Drexler. I watched Charles Barkley. I watched Karl Malone. You know, I watched Tim Duncan. I watched Kobe Bryant. I watched Shaquille O'Neal. I watched Hakeem Olajuwon. I watched Patrick Ewing. These are guys that did not have liabilities, right? You know, you cannot be my leader and have a liability that freaking bad.
They had like 5-7 blocks a game.
You can't do that, right? Yeah. You just can't. You got to be able to hold everybody accountable with what you do on the court, and they can't do it. LeBron's old. Fair enough. Cool. But the other two, you're young.
Can't defend.
You ain't got
it. They can't defend. They ain't got to defend. Even if they got Giannis.
Goodbye.
Giannis would foul out with his backcourt. Because they can't stay in front of people and keep them out of the paint.
Yeah, man.
So even when you have a great shot blocker like Anthony Davis, right? And all these good shot blockers that they're trying to receive, man, you can't stop the doggone water hose from running. Yeah, the points in the paint against the Lakers are so atrocious. You're like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So
they ain't got no blood, no foul. Ain't nobody taking nobody out.
Nah, they ain't got none of that. They got Smart out there, but Smart, anyway, it's time to wrap up. Brother Bugs.
What's up, man? I had a great time, fellas.
Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate y'all. That was good stuff.
Man. Hey, man, this Uproar Radio Show is always check in with us every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. This Uproar Radio Show. We out.
Look at Lil B. What up, man?
I be trying to keep him off the show. He be trying to hop on my lap every time.
Yeah, man. He's destined for greatness.